everybody, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester, Kent. I'm suffering ongoing harassment, noise nuisance, bullying, whatever you call it, and I'm just keeping a record of it on my phone. Photographic evidence, video evidence, and I can't actually capture the noise. My phone doesn't pick it up, and the Hyde Housing noise app doesn't pick it up either. It lasts for 33 seconds. So whenever I try to record the stomping and the running across my ceiling, it doesn't pick it up. So I've just had a lady from Hyde Housing call me back. I just responded to an email. So basically someone wrote me an email and asked me to respond and they'd ring me back. So this lady rang me back. And she said she wants incident sheets from my diary, logs of it off of my diary, which I'm going to send to this lady. I've got piles of evidence, piles of it. So I'm just sorting out 7 days worth of noise nuisance logs in my diary, which I'm going to send off to this lady at Hyde Housing. And these people are shocking. They don't care. They think no one's going to do anything about it. So whilst I was on the phone to the lady from Hyde Housing, I was competing with loud noises above my ceiling because the guy had just returned home with his kids. And I took this phone call and they were stamping on the ceiling and running up and down. And it was hard to actually listen to the lady on the end of the phone. But I managed to get my point across. And she's writing, I think she's going to get in touch with the housing officer about the bin store and the damage to the building. The building is damaged inside the property. It's unsafe. It's a hazard. And I've told her that the building inside is unsafe. The bin store is a dirty, disgusting health hazard. It's filthy. There's a stained mattress in the bin store. You're going to attract mice and vermin. So that's been reported. And the noise nuisance is still going on, right? So there's nothing I can do about it but wait. All I can do is wait and wait. So this lady called me back and she said she's going to contact me next Thursday to see if the situation is, what the situation is like next Thursday. So from now until Thursday, I'll be constantly logging and sending them details every day of what is going on, right? So if we go right back to the beginning of today, I went out of my flat this morning and I walked across the road and he was out upstairs. So in the morning, I just want to lie down and rest. So I don't really make a noise. So there was no noise this morning because I was led down and I don't get up until I'm ready to get up. So he obviously went out with his kids. And I'm not sure about today. Anyway, but it was quiet upstairs this morning. I had two messages from Flirt Finder. One was an old man, right, wrinkly old man. And the other one was from a lonely devil. So I had a message off Flirt Finder from Lonely Devil and this other old guy, this really old, wrinkly old man. So I'd had these messages last night of nearly 9 o'clock. My mother, Jennifer, rang me about 10 to 10 last night when I was sat on my sofa after receiving 2 messages off Flirt Finder and one was Lonely Devil. So I went out this morning, obviously with the stress that I've been under from the past 3 weeks, trying to shower, trying to eat. Somebody said to me it can't be that bad. It is terrible. It's terrible. So I'm trying to get it, I've got to show Hyde Housing that it is terrible. It's affecting my health and it's a health and safety concern, the building, the state it's in and the bin store. So I've got to show my case and make people see that it really is that bad. So I went onto the field this morning. There was a Scottish man with a Brian Harvey cap on, and he's Scottish. He's got a Scottish accent. That Ardberg fan up Corey's Road, usually at night, is from Glasgow. It's Scottish. So this Scottish guy had a husky dog. And I went towards Costa Coffee. The Scottish guy went off the field. There was the chap with Harley, who's got the black dog Harley. The dog's called Harley and it's black. He went off with 2 other people and started walking around the field. And then when I went round the other way, there was a woman behind me, grey-haired in a pair of shorts, and she was an old lady. I would say she was about 65, behind my back wearing shorts. So I got out of her way, and then I started walking back round, and I went back down the road, and I noticed an old man with a walking stick outside the communal door. Old man with a walking stick, and his face was similar to the man in Flirt Finder. So I'm keeping all this down as well in case I need to give it to the police, because whoever's stalking me in these flats is stalking me in Flirt Finder and online. So there's an old man with a walking stick outside the block of flats. So I didn't go anywhere near him because I didn't know who he was. So I went round the back. This was this morning. Came into my block of flats, and he was stood outside my bedroom window, this grey-haired old man with a walking stick. And I just turned around, got on with my business. I don't know who he is or anything. So it was a grey-haired man with a walking stick stood outside my bedroom window this morning when I came back from walking Max, because I bring the dog in and I look out the window. I think, windows are to look out of. That's what windows are for. So I just carried on with what I was doing in my flat. So I'd come in from a walk, and I'm quiet on my own, and it was quiet. It was fairly quiet upstairs. Obviously, I'm keeping a note of everything that's going on that's affecting me in my own flat, not anywhere else. Inside the flat, it's affecting everything I do: cooking, eating, sleeping, having fun, enjoying myself. This is deliberate banging, deliberate nuisance noise. It's done on purpose to spoil my peace and happiness, right? And it's been going on for the past 3 weeks. So I'm cataloguing it down. And someone said to me they couldn't stand it. If they was going through that, I'd drive them round the bend. So basically, I just managed to cook myself my cottage pie that I got from the co-op yesterday. By the way, someone's been eating fish and chips and it's been coming through my window, but I had a cottage pie for lunch. Loud thump on the ceiling while I'm doing my YouTube video. Thump above my head. Because every time I speak, I told you, there's noise. So one of the kids has kicked the ceiling above my head. So where was I? Yeah, I managed to cook my cottage pie, which was very nice. And I had a bit of, when those kids aren't upstairs, I have a bit of relaxing time. So I try and do what I can in the quiet moments, and you shouldn't have to live like this, revolving your life around other people because they're making it a misery. So I managed to eat my cottage pie, have some drink, scraping furniture. They think it's funny, they think it's a joke. They're scraping the sofa across the ceiling above my head. This is serious. I have got, I'm composing something to send to Hyde Housing to highlight the issue. When the guy upstairs is alone, it's generally quiet. When his kids are present, there is running, stomping, scraping furniture and shouting. And the noise just isn't normal play. It's loud, constant and deliberately timed. e.g. during calls I'm making or YouTube videos. The flat above is quiet when he is on his own. The children are the main source of the stomping, running and banging. Impact. This shows a lack of parental control and deliberate disregard for neighbours. It proves the noise is not just everyday use of the flat, but targeted behaviour linked to the children. So today, 3 a.m, loud thump on the ceiling disturbed my sleep. 7:30 a.m, a loud cough below my bedroom. Morning, normal background noise while he was out, but I remained on edge. So even while they don't care, even whilst I was on the phone to a Hyde housing representative, they were smashing that ceiling with their feet. They don't care. They think nothing's going to happen. They're going to keep being able to do this. Friday, 5th of September, which was my father Derek's birthday, there wasn't any real harassment, funnily enough. But on Thursday, the 4th of September, the day before my dad's birthday, slammed doors, loud footsteps above during a phone call, loud stomping across the ceiling, deliberate loud thump, footsteps across living room ceiling again, banging from upstairs, deliberate, shouting from upstairs window. 4 loud stomps upstairs, more stomping, heavy stomping above living room, loud enough to shake the ceiling. So it's all going to get sent off. I can't stand it. And somebody said to me, they're deliberately trying to get you to move out of your property. Deliberately trying to frighten and intimidate me out of my accommodation. So I've been sending emails. I'm trying to get, and the state of the bin store is disgusting, and the property's only 5 years old. And I want to show you guys on YouTube, because I've taken photographs of the state of the inside of the property I'm living in, and it's only 5 years old. So we've got a push to exit button that's not fixed on properly. We've got a bin bag just left outside the communal door. They're dumping their rubbish outside the door, which is not nice for visitors. This is the state of the bin store. Bicycle wheel. Dirty mattress. Dirty, disgusting mattress. That is in front of a door. That's in front of a door. That is a dirty pillow on the floor. I don't know whether that's rat droppings. Looks like rat droppings on the pillow. It's disgusting. This is the conditions I'm living in. Discarded wood. Looks like a bed frame. That's on top of the bin, and it's timed and dated 10th of September 1:46 2025. That is an entry system. Look at the state of that. That is liquid running down from an entry point. Brown stains. This is the state of the carpet. That's bike oil. That's bike oil. That's bike grease. Now you need to see what I'm living like, and I'm not telling lies. The holes in the wall. Don't know if you can see that. holes in the wall. More holes in the wall. Gashes, holes, bits of the wall off. Oh, it's not that bad. Well, it is. It's disgusting. This is the duty of the cleaners to report this antisocial behaviour back to Hyde Housing. The cleaners supposed to report it. Look, that's in the carpet, a footprint or a bike wheel. That's a bicycle wheel putted into the doormat. I wouldn't be surprised if that's rat droppings. That's what it was like. That's a door being covered by rubbish. That's a safety issue. Dirty mat on wood. Fire hazard. That was the wardrobe. Hyde Housing asked me how tall the wardrobe was. Dirty bed. Tom Coveney is the neighbourhood officer. Tom. So the lady's going to get on to Tom to come and have a look at it. The last lady was Amanda Sparrowhawk, and I actually bumped into Amanda Sparrowhawk. And I was having problems when Amanda Sparrowhawk was the officer, and she knocked on my door and spoke to me. So I met Amanda Sparrowhawk. So I don't know what's going on. I'm being targeted, I'm being harassed, and I'm being bullied. To the point where I don't feel safe to go outside. I don't want to go outside my door and walk down the stairs. Residents have gone behind my delivery drivers with dogs, and I'm thinking, right, the delivery drivers won't deliver to me if the neighbours keep doing that, letting their dogs behind him. I am wary about going outside my front door and down the stairs. Every day I go out, I'm reducing the times I'm going out because I don't like it. So the way the neighbours are acting and behaving is making me feel afraid in my own flat. Or at least wary that something might happen, or I'll encounter something. And they're deliberately leaving things on the floor connected with my mum. So I was told about Tracy Jenkins sending things to members of my family, nasty about me. And a neighbour was mentioned in one of them, so that's going to the housing. I was basically told to stop, bothering reporting stuff about the neighbour. So that is a connection as well. So that's deliberate harassment. I was told basically to keep my mouth shut, but I'm scared to go out. I've got kids on bikes following me around the riverside, yelling. I filmed it. the police still haven't got back to me. This is a safety issue as well as like a health hazard in the building. So I haven't gone out this afternoon. I've stayed indoors. When I do go outside, I'm very wary, and I've got my phone on me and my whistle and my personal alarm and my phone. So the troublemaker has basically, I've got no help and support at all now. They've been spreading rumours about me. I tried to get in touch with TikTok and the email bounced back because I had people threatening me. So I've blocked accounts that are associated because the emails keep bouncing back. I've blocked anybody that starts tagging me in videos. I'm blocking them because it's spreading my videos everywhere and I'm getting all this backlash from it. So sometimes tagging someone in a video is good, but if I've got a load of people that are against me and someone keeps tagging my videos and putting my videos out there, that's not a good thing. So somebody called Teedo, Taedo, started making comments on my Facebook photographs, Teedo, which sounds too much like pedo. And I told you that I went into Mr. UK TikTok official's live stream and experienced some very nasty bullying and threats in there. And people calling Mr. UK TikTok official a pedo, and anybody that follows him must be the same. So I'm getting a Teedo keep putting things underneath my photographs, so I've blocked him. I've blocked Teedo. We've had 2 Flirt Finder messages which are either scams or spams. They've been blocked. Scams or spams. Either after money or something else, they've been blocked. So there's online stalking, offline stalking, harassment within my block, and when I go outside it's unbearable. So I obviously phoned the doctor because I needed some coping strategies. I can't cope with this by myself. So the doctor told me to ring KCA Technologies, which I did, and they can't get back to me till the 13th of September. So I've got to cope for a week on my own. I can't get someone face to face. It's all over the phone. In the meantime, yes, I'm worried that the bin store is going to get infested with rodents. I'm worried that the building is going to become unsafe, and I'm worried I'm going to get attacked. So I've got to wait another week, and then she's going to discuss what to do with me. She's going to discuss what she's going to do. But she needs the logs of this nuisance. I'm also going to send her copies of the bin store rubbish because that's unacceptable, and the state the property's got in. This is absolutely ridiculous, living like this and getting no proper help and support just over the phone. So I didn't go out this afternoon. I went downstairs, I checked my mailbox, nothing in there. I saw Hazel come down the road. She's retiring soon. So no mail in my post box, a big parcel on the floor for Sarah, and someone had left a bin bag full of rubbish outside the communal door. Whether that was a joke or done on purpose. Deliberate thumping across the ceiling, absolutely deliberate. They're trying to trigger reaction, it's not working. Thumping the ceiling, that's getting logged in my logbook. I should do it right now and show you what I'm doing. So I'm logging. Deliberate thump on the ceiling above my head whilst I'm doing a YouTube video. Now I'm going to look outside, guys, because usually when they stamp on the ceiling there's activity outside. So I'm just going to have a look. Sometimes there's a delivery to the opposite flats. So they've stomped on the ceiling. I can't see anything outside at the moment, but yesterday when the kids stomped on the ceiling, the flats opposite me had a big box delivery. So that's been sent over. Time: a deliberate thump on the ceiling directly above my head while I was recording a YouTube video. This mirrors previous patterns where noise escalates whenever I make calls, send emails or upload content. Impact: intimidating and distressing, interferes with my ability to pursue creative work and daily routines, including eating, having a shower or going to sleep. Shows harassment is deliberately timed and directed at me. That wording makes it clear to hide that this is not kids being noisy, it's targeted harassment linked to your personal activities. So that's going off to the lady. So the more they stomp, they think Hyde Housing's not going to do anything, but we're discussing Thursday what they're going to do next. And they will come out to them. What they usually do is send a letter first, and then if they don't listen, they'll come out to them and they could possibly get evicted. So by not listening to somebody, you know, they're going to make it worse for themselves. Obviously, I don't want anybody evicted. I'm not that spiteful, but I want this noise to stop. It's intimidating. It's done on purpose. It's deliberate. They want a reaction. They want me to bang the ceiling. They want to know that they've upset me and get me to the point where I'm so distressed I bang the ceiling. So I usually record what's going on outside. I'm just photographing the immediate area, because every time they stomp, they want me to look out the window and see what's going on. This has been going on for 5 years. I can't live like this. So, guys, if I can get some kind of noise evidence, and if that means going and standing outside their front door to get it, do you know what I mean? If it's that loud, then it must be affecting other neighbours, not just me. If I have to stand outside the door and tape you know, what's going on outside the actual door, I would do so. If I can't get this noise to stop, I would try everything I can to get it stopped. And I need cast iron proof that they are making a noise. So if I get proof, right, that they are, it's not just ordinary noise, they're screaming, banging, thumping, and they must be affecting other people. It can't just be me. Can't be. And do you know what else? Because overuse of earplugs can harm your ear. Earplugs can fall apart in your ear, and they can hurt and damage your ear, because it's hurt my ear. Constantly wearing earplugs has hurt inside my ear. That's why I've got ear pain at the moment. Constant use of wearing earplugs. Nobody should have to live like this. They shouldn't. So this evening we're going to try and get a video of the noise. That is what I'm going to try and do. So this evidence is going to go over to Hyde Housing. Another loud bang over my head while I'm recording a video. They're trying to stop me recording videos. Just being happy, basically. guys, if I record another video before I go out this evening, I will try to do so. I'm not skinny, I'm not anorexic. I'll see. I'm just coping. See you later.